Okay, Saturday morning in the kingdom, and I'm in rough shape. Yes, I was in drama book jail. I'm still there. I can't do anything. I can't scroll. I can't do nothing. Yes, and they still haven't told me why and what I did to be a bad boy. Yes, so 1 second is all I get to check anything, and then it blocks me. Yes, 1 second. Now I know how the ladies feel in my bedroom, because 1 second isn't very long. All right, so this morning we woke up to +11, but feels like +11 Celsius. And then on the yo-yo scale, +52, but feels like 52 Fahrenheit. Yes, we have the D6 cat, known as the Hood, who was underwater for 3 years. Yes, I'm so confused. All right, yes, it was underwater. It's in 1952, I think, and it's parked over there. All right, let's do a quick scroll. I'm in bad shape today because I celebrated somebody's birthday last night. Yes, Mr. Trump, because I had nothing else to do. I couldn't scroll on Drama Book to see the world because it's my newspaper. I couldn't do anything, couldn't interact or chat with my Drama Book friends. Yes, all three of them. Yes, over here. Yes. So it was late last night when I went to bed. Yes, all because the cops. Yes, the cops. Even they hate me. They set up a checkpoint at the end of my driveway right there. Yes, a check stop. So they had every cop car they own or up in the north here blocking off the road and checking the vehicles. Well, one, you don't do it there. You do it farther down the road, around the curve where there's a wide open area for people to pull over and stuff like that. Plus, when you're sitting at my front gate, the dogs bark because they can hear you talking and stuff like that. And then they impounded a lady who was impaired or whatever, and she had one of those purse poodles, so it was yapping every time they opened the car door or whatever. So the little dog would yap, 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 and then my guard dogs would bark, bark, bark. Unreal. So the cops stayed there till midnight. Yes, midnight. That's way past my bedtime. Unreal. So they were there. It was nice evening, sunshine and everything, clear skies. Oh, it was a beautiful evening. And all I could hear is the cop cars and the people talking. And then the people of WHO-ville coming out and turning around and going back into town. Yeah, because they rookie cops, they don't know that you don't put the road check stop right there because people from town can see you. You go down around the curve. That way. Yes. So then when it got dark, around 11 o'clock, guess what? All those flashing lights down there were on my cameras. So then all I seen was flashy, flashy on my cameras. Unreal. So even the cops of WHO-ville hate me, keeping the old guy up, keeping the guard dogs barking and stuff like that, all because they're rookie cops. You know, probably never been here. Probably their first day in WHO-ville. Oh, we're going to go set up a check stop. Frickin' real. So glad that I don't do impounds anymore. But what do I know? I only did it for close to 20 years. There's no money in it, so what's the point? I'm retired now. All right. So over here's the Hood. Yes, over there somewhere it's parked. Oh, there, over there by the flag. Oh, over here. Somewhere over there. Oh, I'm in rough shape. What else do you do on a Friday night? And then, well, the only thing I could do was watch YouTube and that cop show. What you gonna do when they come for you? And all those flashing lights, because I had it at my front gate down here. Whoa, just unreal. These people of WHO-ville do everything to piss me off. Next dick will be buzzing my house. Yes, he'll be flying over. Unfrickin' real. So we're not sure what we're going to do today. It's supposed to be a rain day. Yes, another rain day. Yeah, Noah's still building that boat and the animals are lining up 2 by 2. Well, I better go. Enough of this rant. Here comes the boss. Okay, we have no idea what we're going to do today because it's supposed to start raining right away. Just like yesterday was supposed to be sunny and warm, but yesterday was all rain on and off. Like every day we go in the house, take our wet clothes off and start over. So here's trailer 1 that we want to move, and these are the rims. I guess they're called the Bud Light rims or something. But they're the double nutters and they're known for the center to break out, okay? So I don't know if I should trust this loaded trailer with all that weight in it. We have no idea how much weight's in there, but it's all in there. So we're not sure if those wheels are going to sustain or hold up. So I want to put them on how'd you say, dish in. So if the rim center breaks out, the brake drum is sitting on the rim after it breaks, okay? So the rims and tires for that trailer one are actually on this trailer here. We did sell one rim and tire to a fellow off the winter roads or whatever. So we put these tires and rims on the grader. This is the Adams grader, known as Gomez. Yes, we stole it in 2009. The cops said we stole it. The lodge owner on Reindeer Lake said we stole it. The Crown Attorney said we stole it. And to us, the lodge owner, how'd you say, had no problems when we chatted on the phone because we went and got the cat before that, okay? So it's a long story. I don't like talking about it because the guy was a backstabbing asshole. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like lodges for some reason. You know, it gets called haul freight to lodges, don't get paid, get treated like shit. And then I'm cleaning up this historic stuff off this lodge. And then the guy has the nerve to phone the cops and say I stole everything. And then the cops were nice enough to pursue it to the max, right? Like unreal. Any other time there's thievery or anything in my yard or in WHO-ville, nothing becomes of it. So that tells you how the cops, how'd you say, like the lodge owners. All right. So we put the wheels on here. So if I'm going to take them off, I'm not going to take them off here because it's on uneven ground. So maybe I should move the grader out of the road here over to the shop. In 2017, we took this grader apart. We had great dreams, great plans, and it has an IH motor on it. Okay, so it's an IH motor. It's actually a rare motor. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a dual stacker. So maybe taking it over to the shop and untarping it and maybe take the wheels off. I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe that'll give us something to do and keep us motivated working on these projects. So I can actually say I did something 7 years later on the grader known as Gomez. Okay, so here's the rest of the grader. It was over behind the new shop up in the trees and everything like that. So last summer we placed everything strategically so we can find it. Yes, so we can find it. Plus over here we're hoping that it doesn't grow into the trees. So we saved some of the parts. We think we can get it back together. It's a pretty simple grader. It was a very simple design. And the fact that it's the original grader for WHO-ville here. Yes, WHO-ville. This grader was purchased in WHO-ville. The fellow drove it over the Kennesaw Rally Road plowing the snow, went out in Reindeer Lake, plowed the snow to the lodge, and then left it at the runway for the lodge. And then the cat train guys come off a Reindeer, come along to the Kennesaw Rally Road to find out that the road's been plowed, so then they can't travel anymore. So that's what I mean. The lodge owner was an asshole back then and still is today under new ownership. So that was the old timers' hatred towards this grader. So it was only appropriate that I went and got it and brought it back to WHO-ville so everybody can ooh and ah at it and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny, the history of this stuff, and it's well written in a book called Deadline June 7th. The only thing true about the book is the page numbers, as everybody says. Okay, I got the green toy. Yes, 84C. That means Shiloh military base just outside of Brandon, Manitoba. This was part of my wasted youth. Yes. All right, so this is what the Roto Wrecker's known for, but I put a little cradle there to support it, and I got the boom out just a little too far, but I want clearance here because I don't know if this thing's going to bump and bang around, you know. So this is how we're going to do it. I'm not sure if this is right. This is the first time moving the Gomez grader, the Adams 550 grader with the green toy. Usually we just hook on with the loader, put the loader forks underneath and move it that way. All right, so I'll set the tripod up. There's the tripod. Ooh, a mirror to make myself look beautiful. I don't think there's any hope in that. And we'll record this great event. Okay, that went rather well, but I kept the boom in the cradle. If I didn't have the boom in the cradle, or rotor wrecker part would have spun around because this is a lot of weight. Very pleased the way we moved it. It's worked out good. All right, let's go to the TD18 now for an education or a learning lesson. Okay, here we have the TD18s and the Canadian flag. Yes, all right. So the TD18s are known for the dual stackers. So when you see a grader with dual stacks, you assume, yes, you assume you make an ass of you and me. Bad news bears, okay? All right, so here we go. So we assume that it's a 6-cylinder dual stack motor in it, but the dead giveaway is the married pump. Yes. This TD18 has the pump over here with the little jack shaft, so that's a dead giveaway. And plus, if you don't know or can't count to 6, there's 6 cylinders right there. Okay, the Adams Grader 550, known as Gomez, has the dual stacks, and it is a 6-cylinder, but it's a short 6-cylinder. Yes, it's a short. Look at how short it is. Plus, the injection pump is married to the motor. Okay, married means there's no shaft in here. That's one of the IH terms that I learned, okay? So it's a 6-cylinder motor, but it's a small motor, okay? So this is where it gets confusing. Okay, on this side of the motor, it's short too, so everything is shorter, okay? But it's kind of confusing because now I'll explain it. All right, so that's like a mag off the TD18s because it's a 6-cylinder. The carb's basically the same. All these manifolds are shorter. This model here is a UD. That means unit power or something, diesel 16. So what IH did back in the day was take parts from the TD9s and the TD14s, which would be the UD14 and UD9s, and made a motor. So they were only kind of offered in the graders. So this is a very rare motor because it's a UD16. So talk about confusion. Yes, this is confusion worse than Father's Day. Oh wait, Father's Day's next week in WHO-ville, so that'll be really confusing. So that's why we kind of keep this motor and this grader. Not that it's a history heirloom of WHO-ville, showing that it was one of the original graders of WHO-ville back in the 50s when this town was discovered and started and stuff like that. Plus it has a written history of going to the lodge and screwing up the cat train trails of the north, which pissed off everybody. Plus the fact that we stole it. Yes, stole it. Back in 2009, I was engaged to a female, yes, female cop here. So she took it literally to, how would you say, uphold the law because I stole the grader. So she had the handcuffs on me outside the bedroom, which didn't have the same, how would say, meaning or feeling sort of thing. So it was kind of interesting. So I'm kind of bitter after all these years. Soon it'll be 20 years. But the funny thing is, I have had my stuff up in Kennesaw. I had cats and everything left there. Nobody touched any of my stuff. They never stole the batteries, never stole the fuel. Because if the road washed out or snowstormed in, I could always get there, get the cats up and running and open the road. Because that's called respect. And the funny thing is, this lodge where this stuff came from is well documented with the locals trashing it, stealing stuff, and in the news at all times. So that tells you, if you're an asshole, people will come back and, how would you say, even the score. So that's what I say. But I wrote the adventure of stealing this grader. It's in my it's in my adventure book where I almost died. So I tell the story of how we stole the grader and stuff like that. But we were very polite in telling the story and stuff like that. So we're still get upset when I speak about it. But I'll see what we can do. So it's been 7 years since I worked on it. The problem we have over here. Oh, I better stop and walk around so the sandflies can join us. Okay, I'm on this side here. The sandflies are all here. It's spitting rain, so it is going to start to rain. So back in 2017, I marked everything. Look at that. We put tags on everything, and I used invisible ink. So now we don't know what we did. And the starter here, it's the same as the TD18, so we can probably upgrade. This motor was seized and everything like that. We popped the heads off. We had to do some work. We got it up and running on gasoline only. The diesel side we were working on, I think we fried out a starter or something. I forget what it was. So Rodney found us the U-joints to go in here. I think we have all the parts, the bearings, the seals and everything. But these U-joints here have a hole in them because there's a shaft that goes through. All right, so we call them the donut U-joints. All right, so we have a fair amount of parts we bought for this thing in 2017. Maybe we should take the parts off the shelves and put this grader back together. But also too, it has kind of a lot of history. Oh, it's really snowing. I mean raining, yeah. Look at all the welds they did on it, because that's the true north. This guy kind of got carried away. Remember, he's using AC. He was doing a weave, but he wasn't very close. But you got to remember, this thing has bounced over rocks and rocks and rocks. So the welding they did back then, especially when I was at the lodge building the runway and stuff, you know, this thing was well abused. And these guys fixed it using what they had, okay? So they didn't have the fancy DC welder, the fancy rods or anything like that. Like, look at the welds here. Like, he lost the whole front axle, but that guy did some nice welds right here. Like, that's a nice uphand that he was doing. He was doing it with AC power, probably crappy rods. Ooh, I better watch my language in case this video is used in court, because I'm kind of being rude to people. Well, they're rude to me, so it's payback time. All right, so I'm being polite about it too. So it's kind of neat, the history of this grader, and hopefully someday we can use it. Maybe when I move to Wyoming, I can grade my property down there, because the wind's going to blow the snow in. All right, it's raining too much. Let's cover it up and go have some lunch. Okay, there's a slight breeze now, and it's spitting rain. So it is going to rain officially, I think. All right, we got Thor the plow truck, Thor the dump truck hooked up to the trailer. We should be hauling some water, but it's spitting rain. Oh, look at that American flag over there. All right, so I'm in van trailer number 4. I think so. All right, so this is the IH Cat Parts trailer. Let's walk to the front. It's kind of sort of organized, but not quite organized. So all the way back here. And then this is the part we realized these shelves from the boxcar don't fit in here because they're too narrow. So we had to redesign. But we try and keep everything organized as I get older and lose my mind. So one of the first things we put in here was the pallet of the grader parts, Gomez's parts, and there's all new parts, everything's ready to go. And there's that U-joint with the donut in the center for the shaft, okay? And then up here is the bar starters. That's for the TD6, TD9s, and that's how you unseize the motor. And we have to whip this one up to unseize the UD16 back in the day. These is 2017. Oh, the history, the memories. Okay, coffee time in the kingdom, and it's still spitting outside. Yesterday it would rain and then have a space where we could go outside, wander around, and then it would rain again. Today it's just nothing but spitting. All right, we got tired of all the new parts sitting on the deck here of the 46 Chevy. So there's the tie rod, or the drag link we're going to have to modify. So over here, we got the tie rods all apart, and we're getting them fitted in, okay? So we can't get the original ones, so we can get the common ones. Yes, because we want to wear out these tie rods. This truck is not going to sit in a museum for 100 years and stuff like that. So we get the ones that we can commonly get, and then we can change them out over the years as we wear them out on the so-called road. Also too, we're got the new starter on and got it into place. Yes, and we marked on there's no shims. Yes, no shims, because we double checked everything, so we're very pleased with that. It's coming along good. All right, let's go have a victory drink, a beverage at coffee time, and then we can come back and finish modifying the tie rod end. Okay, after coffee in the kingdom, and the reason why we have to shorten the tie rod end, or tie rod period, is these new style ones do not have the threads to go right to the end. The old style ones have the threads to go right in. So we're actually removing an inch, okay? But this works out good because tie rods are never straight. I don't know how this 46 Chevy actually has a tight tie rod. But also too, I'm beginning to think it's a newer style being put on there because it doesn't have a slit in it, because usually they're rolled or whatever material. This is a nice heavy duty pipe or tube. And we always make sure there's cold rolled steel inside, because a cold rolled shaft or whatever is, or rod, with a bigger diameter than something that's machined down or whatever. So there's a piece in there. So when I do my root pass, as they call it, ooh, I'm talking like a welder, I will be touching that, okay? And I put my magic line there, because that's how you line it up. All right, so we're going to use the Lincoln Buzzbox welder, get this done, and we have the drag link cut too, because we had to go outside in the rain. We're replacing the ball and socket drag link on this truck. Those things should be outlawed, especially up here on these roads. Over the course of owning these trucks for close to 40 years, I've rebuilt them, done all the kits, everything, but now we figured it out finally. We buy a standard drag link or tie rod, and then we make it work, okay? So that's what we do. We cut about 12 inches out of this. And the thing is when we order this stuff, we go to their websites or their cross-referencing. We're measuring the angle taper here and stuff like that. That's how we're finding out these numbers, and then we find out if it's a common item, and that's how we go by it. That's how we came up with the tie rods. We did all the measurements and then ordered what we needed, not going by the model of the truck or the year or what the old-time Chevy dealers or the new replacement guys are offering. We have to be different here at the end of the world. Yes, Wilderness, Alaska, but in Northern Manitoba. Okay, that didn't take long. I used the angle iron to get it straight for the first couple of passes, and then I just put it in the vise here. And I did everything in uphand, going up and around and chase it around. That's the way we do it, because we don't want a whole bunch of booger welds, and I'm not fancy enough to sit here and rotate it. All right, let's get this installed so we can drink professionally. Okay, that didn't take long. It's easier to work on the drag link as in small units, okay? It's not welded together. As you can see, all the paint marker is because we had to die grind it. All right. Oh, hand and eye coordination. All right. So this is what it was. That was through here or here. Oh, hand and eye coordination. Okay. That was through there, and then they mushroomed it over. They didn't weld it. They just mushroomed it. Okay. So we've taken and die grinded it out at an angle, use the paint and push it in, and then the paint being removed will show you the high spots. Okay, this is why I hate these things. All right, these things come loose. There's a kit you can buy with new balls, cups, everything like that, and then you put this in and hammer it in and then weld it and everything, but they're junk. They just fall apart on the so-called roads up here. So incorporating the new style drag link or tie rod or whatever it is, a drag link, this works a lot better because this is going rather easy, because I think this is what, the 6th time I've done it. Oh well, let's keep going. Okay, we did some spot welds here, and then we're going to do a test fit to make sure. See, I marked on these ones here because that goes onto the spindle, so it's up, and then this one here goes onto the steering box arm, so that is marked up, and it also has all the paint on marker on it from us trying to figure it out and getting the right angles and degrees and philosophies. Okay, it's still spinning out here, but this is how we do a double check. And then one of the reasons why we haven't put the fenders on the 45 is because we're still doing the mechanical. Yes, why put the fenders on and then we have to reach over. All right, so you can see that this, oh, hand and eye coordination, Les Nessman. All right, this truck is military issue in 1945. It has the Army military truck steering box, okay? So this Pitman arm for the steering box is slightly different. Here is the drag link that I made. All right, so this should work out. Everything is looking good. Yes, we have the grease nipples pointing in the right direction, so that means it's a success. All right, let's go quickly weld this, and then we can drink beer professionally, because I think our day is almost done. Okay, we're done the welding, and I was just dipping this into cold coffee can of water. I was only going up to here, plus I was doing hands-on welding for rotating and stuff like that, so I could feel how warm this was getting and stuff like that. Also too, all the welds were done uphand, going this way, back and forth, and it was clamped to the, I was using the clamp to clamp it to the angle iron because I wanted no sparks or anything like that. I wanted constant current. So I did a weld, but the thing is you always start at a different location, not on the same start all the time. So that turned out pretty good. We're very pleased, and now I'm quite confident I can drive down the road at a top speed of 30 miles an hour and hit the potholes and the ruts and everything in the road without having any dramas. All right, let's go check on the flags.
Saturday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 9 a.m. and I'm getting ready for work. It did rain a little bit last night, as you can see from the ground, but now it's pretty warm out and it's drying up. There's no sun right now. It's hiding behind the clouds. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, and make breakfast. Almost 11 a.m. and I'm just getting ready to head to work now. As you can see, it's getting pretty cloudy out here and windy as well. So let's head inside, let the dogs back in, and get to work. 1 p.m. and I'm just getting home for lunch. I think I'll have leftover salad from last night, and then I'll make some smokies as well. So let's head inside and let the dogs out, make a quick lunch. As you can see, the sun is trying to shine from behind the clouds, but it's also sprinkling out. 2 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to head back to work. It's still trying to rain out here and the sun is now hidden behind the clouds again, and it's getting pretty windy too, so let's head inside, let the dogs back in, and get to work. Just after 5 p.m. and I made home from work. It was a pretty good day. As you can see, it's been on and off raining most of the day. Now it's time to head inside and let the dogs out quickly, and then I have to do the weather since my dad is still having trouble saving the videos, and then I'll get the quad out. 5:30, and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's 16 degrees Celsius, which is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It's been pretty windy and rainy out today. Now it's time to head on over to the kingdom and drop everything off and send my videos and end my day.
Okay, the spitting rain has turned into a good drizzle. Maybe it's going to really start to rain. What a weird day today with the weather, but a lot better than on and off rain. Look at the flags. They're getting all excited. All right, just like the dogs, they know it's time to go for a walk. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer, make a video, and we'll talk to you later.